Hi, this is Charlotte, and it's been a while since I've made a video, so I thought I'd just update you. I want to talk about spiritual things. This will not appeal to many of you, but it might appeal to some, and some of you might be interested in this. I'm a professing Christian and have been for about 26 years now, and many people have asked me, how does being transgender work with being a professing Christian as well? And it's a really good question, and I've got to be honest, but I've questioned my own profession of faith as well, and really what that means. And I've struggled with it for so many years, since probably when I was converted. And many people have added to that as well, in terms of judging me. I've been called devil-led, possessed by the devil, and all manner of things. And on the occasions that I've posted things such as the Lord is my help, I will not fear. Someone's posted a good friend who'd had an affair many years ago, who I sat alongside him when it happened, and we worked together through it. He then posted something on Facebook after I posted something myself, spiritual, and said that, I didn't worship with my heart, and that my eyes were afar off. And it hurts. I don't think that people really understand. Christians don't really understand what it is to be transgender and what that really means. And, there's a verse in the Bible that says, I was born in sin and clothed in iniquity. And it's true. I was, from the moment I was born, I was a sinner. And I've continued on that way. My earlier life was full of drugs, and I was drug dealing. I slept with women hundreds of times, and had a reputation that was second to none. I was arrested for a firearms offence. I won't go into too much into detail, but wasn't thankfully charged. I was violent. I did all sorts of things that I'm not proud of, and these things still haunt me, even in this life now, even 30 years later. They come back to haunt my life. And I think they probably will till the end of my life. But I do believe that I was converted. God put me on a particular pathway, and I followed that pathway, yet still being a transgender and all the trials and challenges and all that came with it was all very much part of my life. In a way, I was living a double life, I suppose, maybe a triple life. I became a father, a husband, and then a father of 3 children who I love dearly, who have now forsaken me since they found out that I was transgender. My 2 sons have not spoken to me in 2.5 years. My daughter has met me on one occasion, and it was tough. It was very, very emotional, and we both wept continually. But since then, she says, just stop. And many people have said, just stop. But it's because they just don't understand what it is being transgender. It's who you are, it's what you are, it's your very being. It's not something you can just stop. When you look at people that are autistic or Asperger's or have similar conditions, it isn't that they can just stop. They are what they are. They were born with it. And I'm not saying it's a sin because I don't believe it is at all. Far from it. But it isn't that you can just change. And it's the same with being transgender. You are what you are. You were born like it. You didn't choose it. You know, I knew when I was probably 5 or 6 years old that there was something different about me. There were battles that were going on within me, and I just didn't understand it. I was confused. So how can you explain to others what you don't understand yourself? It's one of life's mysteries, and it's one of those mysteries that I know I will take to the grave. When we marry those who have married, and we stand before a vicar or a priest or whatever it may be, and we make those vows and we say, till death do us part. Well, I believe that being transgender is till death do us part. I have prayed 1,000 times that God would release me from this burden, and yet He has chosen not to. He's chosen to allow me to continue in this pathway, and it's a dark pathway. It's been very dark. There have been many times when I've attempted suicide, and it's still very much on the radar until I moved a week ago. I had 2 bars of hazelnut chocolate in my cupboard. I have a severe nut intolerance that has nearly killed me a few times. And it's my suicide package. You know, how does someone understand that you... I don't even know how to say this. That you live on the edge continually. That suicide is part of who you are. In 2019, I spent a week just before Christmas in a suicide respite home in North London called Maytree, which was an amazing experience with amazing people. And yeah, it was a great help, and I learnt a lot, and it helped me to open up to people that I didn't know, lots of them. Every day I would probably have meetings with 3 or 4 different volunteers who were trained, male and female, and explain to them my situation, often in tears. Because being transgender is not an easy pathway. You lose so much. I've lost my family. My marriage has broken down and completely destroyed. Many people, mainly within the church community, have cut me off and cast me off and said that they will have nothing to do with me again. And yet I've made new friends as well. You know, someone wrote to me, a really good friend, and she said, you will lose friends, but you will make new ones. And I think this is so true. I have. And over the last 2 years, since my marriage fell apart, my family cut me off, I've made so many new friends, and they've been so supportive. They've sat alongside me. They've met me. They've been to my home. They've met Charlotte on many occasions. My employees, one in particular, has brought her daughters round, and I've been to their house at Charlotte. We've had a lovely time. My doctor is massively supportive. Obviously, during lockdown, I've not been able to see him and talk to him, but as unusual as it is, we've had hour-long conversations, sitting talking about being transgender, and he's made me his transgender advocate, where he will come to me and ask me questions and seek advice about being transgender for other clients and patients of his, which is an honour in many ways, not through pride, but through the fact that I know what the struggles are like. I've lived so many years with this pain and torment, and I know it will never go. I will take it to the grave. I've been on HRT for 2 years now and continue on, and I'm planning to have gender confirmation surgery hopefully by the end of this year, depending how lockdown goes, and possibly facial feminization surgery and possibly breast augmentation as well. I've not quite decided on that, but that is a possibility as well. I've even considered vocal surgery as well. We go to great lengths to be who we know that we are. And there's a piece on the Gender GP that I wrote many years ago, probably 2 years ago now, about the challenges of being transgender and how you feel. And it may sound bizarre to many people that there's something maternal within you. I would love to be a mother. I'd love to be a wife. I would love to just be complete and be whole and be who I know that I am and who I long to be. One day, maybe. Who knows? Maybe I will be. And I will look back over the years that have gone by and see them in many ways as wasted years, because had things been different 25, 30 years ago, I would have transitioned then, but it was all so different. But now things are easier, maybe not the right word, but easier. There's the availability of being able to access hormones and to get gender confirmation surgery, being accepted, being able to go out and to be who you are has been a massive transformation. So I'm thankful for that, and for all those people going through this journey as being transgender, and not knowing the pathway to take. I urge you to get advice, find a really good doctor who is really supportive, and it may take time to do that, but I urge you to do that. It will be a really great help. The waits on the NHS are painfully long. I've been on a list for 2 years now. I had an acknowledgement probably 3 months of my doctor referring me, and I've had nothing since. And I've written numbers of times and had no response. And I know that, it will probably be till the end of this year before I get my first consultation. And then I know it may be another year after that, the likelihood is. And the probability is that I will just go private in the end and have gender confirmation surgery privately, and the same with facial surgery as well. And it's hugely expensive, and it's not that I can afford it, because I can't, but I have to be who I am, and that's what I choose to be. Well, sorry for the rambling and all that I've said, and hopefully it will be a help to many. And thank you for all the comments that I've received, and all of those who are on this same journey, this same pathway. I wish you well and safety in your journey. Be careful, be safe, love you all. Take care. Bye.